Hey, it's me, Vicki Marie, and this is a very impromptu live. I just wanted to come on very briefly just to tell you about what the scenes in Valencia at the moment, because as you know, we have floods here in Spain and especially bad in the Valencia region of Spain. And today the King of Spain and the Prime Minister of Spain, Pedro Sanchez, have gone to visit the area, and everybody is fuming and in scenes that are really dramatic, I think, because bearing in mind this is the King of Spain, has gone to this area and people are just livid, fuming, angry, throwing mud at him. And I just wanted to show it you, because especially because I don't know if you know, but last night on the Dispatches programme on Channel 4 was talking about our own royal family, the British royal family, and you know how they're making fortunes, taking money off charities, hospitals, schools, the Duchy of Cornwall, you know how Prince Charles riding around in his golden carriage with his brand new thrones that he had made, you know, telling us all to live simply. And then to see these scenes of the actual Spanish king, who in fact is related to Prince Charles, loosely related. The Spanish royal family is related to the British royal family, who isn't even British, who are actually German descent. But anyway, never mind. And yeah, they're all related, you know. Anyway, let's not get into that. But just to see this contrast, because in Spain they do have a royal family, and the royal family used to be really quite popular until it was King Juan Carlos who ruined. No. Oh, she's just opened the door. Get it. Go on. In. Trouble is, she can open the door. So yeah, we've got big storms here. So Princess Tia, she doesn't like storms, they frighten her, and also she's trying to protect me problems. She's trying to get out of the bathroom now. She's got out again. Anyway, we've got big storms, it's all happening, it's all drama. So I don't know what they've got in Valencia. I'm not that close to Valencia. Maybe they haven't got big storms. I don't know. I hope they haven't got more rain, bless them. Anyway, let's have a look at what happened when the king went to visit.
Están viendo imágenes, una última hora de la visita del rey. Ahora mismo están tirando barro a la comitiva que acompaña al rey don Felipe. Recordamos que está acompañado también por el presidente del gobierno. Los vecinos están, ya lo saben.
Now, apparently, Pedro Sanchez is there as well. I couldn't make him out. But I presume he's there as well. So all these people are really angry. There's mud everywhere. The Spanish people are so angry because they're saying that they weren't given enough notice, enough warning about these storms. Apparently Japanese tourists were told about it, you know, told to be careful a couple of days before. Apparently the French knew about it. Everybody knew about it except the Spanish people who weren't sent the alert early enough. One guy, as we watched in the video yesterday, before he got the alarm alert on his phone to warn him about the weather, he was in a tree watching dead people floating past, and then the alarm came through on his phone, but it already happened. You know, he had to save himself by climbing up a tree, and there were actually, you know, bodies floating past him in the water, and then the alarm came through on his phone. So they're going mad about that, because apparently other like Japanese tourists, apparently, and French people were all warned by the French and Japanese weather systems, and the government Spanish weather system did not warn them in time. And also, it's taken so long for the army to get there, and all the different, thank goodness for people power, because the actual authorities took 3 days to get there, the army, etc., to help. So you can see the scenes. It's very slippy. There's loads of mud. And what just impressed me is you've got the king in the middle of all this, the actual king, and people are just throwing mud at him. And he's trying to talk to people. It's a very dangerous situation.
Venimos escuchando durante toda la mañana y desde hace días, muy indignados por la falta de ayuda. Es verdad, nos decían los expertos, que la visita del rey es necesaria, pero lo vemos envuelto. Estamos viendo al rey. Es una imagen, yo creo que es una imagen que pocas veces hemos visto del rey con gente tan indignada alrededor. Vemos cómo no al rey, pero a lo mejor a toda su comitiva, cómo lanzan barro. La gente está muy enfadada y el rey está tratando de escucharles, de apaciguarles. Y estamos viendo cómo voluntarios con mascarillas están hablando con la policía, están tratando de calmar los ánimos, porque se está dando una situación de tensión que pocas veces hemos visto en torno al rey Felipe VI, que siempre va acompañado de una comitiva desde la tranquilidad, la seguridad, y pocas veces se ha visto en medio de una situación así tan dramática. Entiendo que el
here, the tall guy, is very distinctive. He's very tall. Let's just go back a bit. Look, there he is, just in the middle of all these people. I mean, I know there's a lot of police around and everything, but people are throwing mud, they're really angry, and he's just right in the middle of it.
Entiendo que el rey, ahí lo tienen, está...
And there's mud just flying around. You've got to give him credit. He's just like, the mud's just flying around him, and he's just ignoring it.
Ahí lo tienen. Está caminando, entenderá la indignación, la frustración de los vecinos. Está protegido por sus equipos de seguridad, ahí lo vemos rodeado. Y yo creo que quizá está por un lado queriendo hablar con los vecinos, queriendo trasladarles toda su preocupación y entendiendo también de alguna manera lo que está viviendo. Acaban de intentar ponerle un paraguas para evitar... Mira, estamos viendo cómo el rey se intenta agachar para evitar que el barro le alcance.
I don't know where President Pedro Sanchez is. He's probably terrified to show his face, because he's not popular with a lot of people. You know, as much as I think he's okay, but a lot of people don't. I don't know how popular he was before this, never mind after this. Can't see him anywhere. But the king's right in the thick of it.
Y son momentos pues complicados, muy duros. E insistimos, imágenes en las que nunca hemos visto al rey.
If that was in London, he'd be knifed by now. I just cannot believe that he's right in the middle of all those crowds. And, you know, I know there are police there, but they're not really protecting him. Any of those people could just stab him or do something. It's amazing, really, isn't it? Don't you think? Let's go back to the beginning. Well.
Están viendo imágenes, una última hora de la visita del rey. Ahora mismo están tirando barro a la comitiva que acompaña al rey don Felipe. Recordamos que está acompañado también por el presidente del gobierno. Los vecinos están, ya lo saben, lo venimos escuchando durante toda la mañana y desde hace días, muy indignados por la falta de ayuda. Es verdad, nos decían los expertos que la visita del rey es necesaria, pero lo vemos envuelto, estamos viendo al rey, es una imagen, yo creo que es una imagen que pocas veces hemos visto del rey con gente tan indignada alrededor. Vemos como le lanzan, no al rey, pero a lo mejor a toda su comitiva, como lanzan barro, la gente está muy enfadada y el rey está tratando de escucharles, de apaciguarles y
It's chaos here. So we've got thunder, we've got lightning, we've got dog. What's going on in Spain?
Estamos viendo cómo voluntarios con mascarillas están hablando con la policía, están tratando de calmar los ánimos porque se está dando una situación de tensión que pocas veces hemos visto en torno al rey Felipe.
So what the lady is saying, the journalist is saying, you know, we're watching a scene that's never been seen before in Spain. All the tension, the king the king. I mean, you know, you can't imagine that our king or any king really, and you can't blame them, to be perfectly honest, would be right in the middle of all that. I know they want to talk to people, but all that, you know, you feel like it could go very wrong, don't you?
Felipe VI, que siempre va acompañado de una comitiva desde la tranquilidad, la seguridad, y pocas veces se ha visto en medio de una situación así tan dramática. Entiendo que el rey, ahí lo tienen, está caminando, entenderá la indignación, la frustración de los vecinos, está protegido por sus equipos de seguridad, ahí lo vemos rodeado. Y yo creo que quizá está por un lado queriendo hablar con los vecinos, queriendo trasladarles toda su preocupación y entendiendo también de alguna manera.
Yeah, so she's saying he's trying to talk to them. So you've got to give him credit for trying. I mean, he's right there, right in the middle with all this mud flying around and everybody's so angry and he's right in the middle of it with very little protection, I'd say.
Lo que está viviendo, acaban de intentar ponerle un paraguas para evitar, mira, estamos viendo cómo el rey se intenta agachar para evitar que el barro le alcance y son momentos pues complicados, muy duros e insistimos, imágenes en las que nunca hemos visto al rey.
Wow. Right, I'm going to say hello to everybody now. What do you think about that? Hi, Tracy. Hi, Darcy. Hi, Julie. I know, brave or stupid, exactly. Hi, Sue. Hi, ACW. Hi, Heather. They are affecting us at the moment. There are storms in my area, but I say storms. It's raining, but it's like just heavy rain at the moment. I think. Hi, Heather. Exactly, the king's not exactly. Nobody really understands what's happened in this situation, because why did it take 3 days for the army to get there? How is it that the French authorities arrived there before the Spanish ones did? What do you think they underestimated the seriousness of it? Just makes you wonder, doesn't it? Hi, Maria. Hi, Paul. Well, yeah, he's got protection, but he could easily be stabbed or something could happen to him. It's not very secure, is it? You know, the end of the world could be the end of the world, Paul. I looked at that yesterday in the video that I did yesterday. So these are the scenes today now that I'm going to show you, and these are in Murcia in Spain. So today it's Murcia, Mazaron area. They've got the worst of it today.
¿Y la policía aquí no puede hacer nada o qué?
So this is sort of not that far from me.
Mira el coche. Qué fuerte, tío. Qué fuerte.
Stop it, dear. Like a poor dog.
No, ni idea.
So this is another area, but you can see it's a similar thing, though it's not in the street. Like what happened in Valencia, of course, it was actually in the street, and it happened so very quickly again in Valencia. You know, I saw a progression video, you know, of like literally happened in 10, 15 minutes. You know, there was really, I don't think there was anything that, even if the police would have gone there straight away, they still couldn't have done anything, or the army, because it was so quick, the whole thing happened. Having said that, why it took 3 days for everybody to get there, I'm not really quite sure why that was, you know. But yeah, so it'll be all full. In the meantime, I don't know if you watched Dispatches last night, but the British royal family, you know, they're not in the middle of crowds throwing mud. They're just taking money off charities, hospitals, schools, homeowners. This is even the Times and the Sunday Times talking about this. Charlie boy, yes, lead a simple life, Charlie told us, but not me. So it's like, yeah, you lead a simple life, not me though. I'm just going to make millions and millions of pounds from charities and hospitals and schools. And, you know, Prince William is a slum landlord. He's got people living in his properties that aren't even fit to live in. So, you know, there you go.
Se lleva el coche.
That's our royal family. Oh, look, another video of this. Let's have a look. There's the king again. You never see he's always been quite popular. Well, his father was unpopular, so they got rid of his father, and he's now the king, and he's been quite popular. Well, you've got to give him credit in a way. He's right out there trying to talk to people. But, you know, that can end badly, can't it? That could end very badly for a lot of people. Let's have another look. Another video. Oh. I gotta say, it does make it emotional when you see him like that and he's trying to put his arm around people. So we've got to wait for the advert. It is quite emotional, isn't it? But I've been watching the videos of these floods, like just constantly, that really the past couple of days. And I just don't know how long it's going to take to get all this sorted. Yeah. So, she's saying that they feel abandoned. They're trying to communicate to him how they feel. This hasn't been very well organised, has it? I mean, surely they could have, you know, taken a selection of the vecinos, a selection of the people that live in that area, and, you know, they could have a selection of them could have gone to talk to the king in a more constructive manner, you know. I mean, to just that chaos in the street could easily turn into something bad for everyone. Because remember, the Guardia Civil have got guns. Do you imagine in America with this? They've got guns. You know, if anybody approached the king, you'd think they could shoot them or whatever. It could end very badly for someone, this. So they're singing, ¿Dónde está Pedro Sánchez? Where's Pedro Sánchez? There's no way that Pedro Sánchez would dare to go into that crowd, because he probably would get hurt because people don't like him. Whereas at least the king started off popular. It's not this particular video, it's not very good, is it? The stream's not very good. Yeah, they're not very, she's saying they're not very good quality. She's just saying that the pictures aren't a very good quality. Oh. Thing is, these people, they must have known how angry they've been. These people have lost people. They've lost family. They've lost all their possessions. They've lost all their furniture. Their lives in ruins. Maybe, did they not realise that before they took the king there? I mean, come on. You know, I mean, although, you know, yeah, you can't blame the king. It's not the king that, well, he don't control the weather for a start, and he doesn't control whether the army get there or not. That is the government. So you can see why they would be so angry with Pedro Sánchez. But it's common sense, isn't it? You know that they're going to be angry, don't you? Oh, I'm not sharing.
Se han encarado a esa comitiva. Interrumpimos la programación para ofrecerles en directo estas imágenes que nos llegan desde Paiporta, una de las localidades más afectadas por la dana. La comitiva de los Reyes, que iban acompañados por el presidente del gobierno y también por el presidente de la Generalitat, se ha visto en un momento determinado atacada por los numerosos vecinos que allí se encontraban. El rey se ha detenido para hablar con algunos de estos vecinos que trataban de explicarle el momento tan complicado en el que se encuentran. Se sienten abandonados, gritan.
So she's just saying they're shouting, they feel abandoned, etc. Where is Pedro Sánchez? ¿Dónde está Pedro Sánchez?
Ahí vemos cómo cantan ¿Dónde está Pedro Sánchez? Es mucha la indignación de esos vecinos de Paiporta y de muchas localidades cercanas que se han sentido estos días abandonados por las instituciones. Nos lo decían a nuestros compañeros directamente que se han desplazado a la zona, entre ellos Matías Prat, que se encuentra precisamente allí en Paiporta y que en cuanto tengamos oportunidad contactaremos.
Hi, Angel Alfie. Hi, Marcus. I hope
con él, pero que como ven las imágenes que nos llegan no son de una calidad óptima y en cuanto tengamos posibilidad contactaremos con nuestros compañeros que están allí desplazados. Las fuerzas de seguridad han tenido que hacer un cinturón, cogidos miembros de la Guardia Civil, hemos visto, cogidos unos a otros, un
So she's saying that the Guardia Civil are making like a belt around, you know, protection, trying to protect the king, but this is quite scary, you know, because, you know, there's a lot of dissent in Spain generally. Spain is a huge country and it's divided into different regions, and each region has its own sort of identity, sense of, you know, even its own language. Like Valencia has got its own language, Valenciano, that isn't even Spanish. It's nothing like the Spanish, to be honest. It's more like French. I suppose it's a bit like a mixture of Spanish and French. And there are a lot of people, you know, then you've got Barcelona and the Catalonians, they want independence, the Basques want independence. And, you know, so Spain's a very fragile country. People don't understand that. It's quite scary, really, when you think about it, because, you know, and as much as people didn't like Franco, you know, he was a dictator, of course, but he was trying to keep a country together. There's a lot of things, a lot of people liked Franco, you know, obviously the older generation, because he kept the country together and he gave a sense of stability, you know, like even Hitler and Mussolini and people like that, you know, there was always some positives for certain bands of the population, if you like. And Franco was the same. A lot of people, when he went, they didn't want him to go because he gave a sense of Spanish unity. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, since Franco went, you know, Spain has sort of gone back, if you like, to the how it was before, bit by bit, you know, so people using their languages more, like the Valencian language or the Catalonian language, etc. Galicia's got its own language, Gallego, you know, so there's all these things have come out more. So there's more dissent now than ever before. So in Spain, we have a central government, of course, and that's what Pedro Sanchez is. But also you have all these dissolved governments in charge of all the different communities. So it's a very frail, sort of bond that keeps Spain together as Spain, if you like, because most people in Spain will identify more as Valencian or Gallegan or Catalonian, you know, Catalan. They'll identify more with the area where they live, maybe more than being Spanish. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And, you know, things like the football has always united Spain. There's a lot of things that do unite Spain as well. But what I'm trying to say, I've always thought Spain's quite a fragile, because it's such a big country. You know, it's hard enough. You think of Great Britain and how you've got like the Welsh and the Scottish and the Irish, etc. And they've all got their own identities. Well, Spain's like that, but it's a much bigger country. You know, it's much more harder to govern, if you like, because it's so big. But yeah, and something like this disaster, there's already like a tinderbox of emotions running through Spain from the last elections. So, you know, this has just made it worse. I find it quite scary.
Círculo de protección a esa comitiva que, como les decimos, acompañaba a los reyes que a primera hora aterrizaban en el aeropuerto de Valencia, acompañados por el presidente del gobierno, Pedro Sánchez, y el de la Generalitat Valenciana, Carlos Mazón. Iniciaban esta mañana esa visita primero en el puesto de mando de Paiporta y, como les contamos, en un momento determinado, al paso de los reyes, se han encarado a esa comitiva. El enfado es visible, lo venían anunciando. Se han sentido.
Oh, like she's saying, you know, the anger is visible. You can see how angry everybody is. People are angry, and it's raining again. I don't, as I say, like seems to have gone a bit quieter here now. The storm seems to have passed over. I just hope it's not on its way to Valencia.
Se han sentido desprotegidos, se han sentido abandonados. Nos decían que dejados, que la única ayuda que estaban recibiendo en los momentos cruciales era de los propios vecinos, de los propios voluntarios que se acercaban.
Yeah, and there's the king. Look, he's covered in mud. So the king's had mud thrown at him. A lot of mud thrown at him. Oh God, you know, they'd be arrested, wouldn't they, for disorder or whatever, I don't know, but they seem to be allowing this to happen. Anyway, I just thought I'd show it you. Now I am on again later. It's a premiere. I've got a premiere about, you know, true crime, nothing to do with the Spanish floods. I'll just have a look, see if there's anything else interesting that you might want to see, because it's just, oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of it, isn't there? It's all over Twitter. It always hits Twitter first, doesn't it? Things. Let's have a look at the king here. I'd like to see Pedro Sanchez. What is he doing? Where is he? Look, so he's been hit by mud. He's covered in mud. But he's trying to listen to people.
Totes aquelles persones que estan tan enfadades de Paiporta i que estan mostrant el seu enfado en insults i en...
He went over to talk to those young men.
És comprensible, però també cal demanar calma en una situació com esta.
Look, it's all over Twitter at the moment.
Una visita real d'aquestes característiques. La població està realment enfadada. Pensen que potser arriben, potser no. Segur que ens trobem. Coses que no sabem molt bé què és, però bé, en cas és que la situació és terrible. Mai no s'havia vist una visita real.
I mean, that looks like revolution, doesn't it, really? But the police aren't really... Maybe the police are annoyed as well, because the police will be from that area.
Coses que no sabem molt bé què és, però bé, en cas és que la situació és...
It's just all down my Twitter feed. All of it is...
Visita del rey, ahora mismo están tirando barro a la comitiva que acompaña al rey don Felipe. Recordamos que está acompañado también por el presidente del gobierno.
Okay. Oh, we don't want to see Kemi Badenoch. Well, I don't anyway. Oh, we haven't seen this. Oh. What is it now? God, he's determined, isn't he, to go through? Because I noticed here, the army guy, he turned round. There was an army guy turned round, but the thing just carried on going. Yeah. So what they were shouting there, cabron, basically means bastard. So they're shouting, calling the king a cabron. Oh my God. See this army guy here, he just turns around, he said, I'm not going any further. And the king just keeps on going. As you said earlier, Julie, if he's still there, is he brave or is he stupid? I don't know. But this guy says he's not having anything to do with it. He might have his army suit on, but he ain't going. Oh, God, he's going. Wow. Let me just have a look how it does it on the Sky News. Oh, I don't think they've got a video. No, they've not got a video. The breaking news on Sky News, but you saw it here first. Because social media these days always gets there first, doesn't it? You know, I saw it and I thought I wanted to show. I wanted to show you. So, okay, that's it. I've stayed on longer than I thought I was going to stay on. Yeah, I thought I did think that as well, Sue. That I think he said puto. So I don't think he called the king, and he could have. Well, I shouldn't say it. I would think like I'm saying it in Spanish, so if it doesn't matter. But YouTube picks up on Spanish swear words too. YouTube is multilingual as far as things like that. I've been picked up on saying cojones and things like that. But puto, I just got to be careful what I say. Hey. Marcus, the dog, she's not whining. What she's doing, she's chewing on a rubber ball. So luckily, the thunder seems to have stopped here. So she's stopped barking because, you know, she's terrified of storms. She might be a big, big German Shepherd, but she's absolutely terrified of storms. Also, she seems to feel that she has to protect me. So as soon as we hear thunder, she starts barking. But yeah. I don't know if the king is the head of the military. I think he is in Spain. Yeah, I think he is. And Angel Alfie Nightbot is this. Nightbot is it's like an AI mod, if you like, or spanner that I've managed to program to come on every now and again. But the thing is, it comes on every 15 minutes, and I'm trying to, I've got to look and see how, I want it to be every half an hour, really, but I haven't. Listen, I've only just worked out how to do Nightbot properly, so I haven't quite worked out how to change it to every 30 minutes instead of every 50 minutes. Okay, so I'll be back soon with a premiere. Sorry, I was just showing you the Nightbot things there. So Nightbot, yeah, it's good. I said, oh, he's coming up again. Yeah, no, it's not a real person. It's an AI, thing that just to remind people to subscribe and talk about Ko-fis and memberships and things. But yeah, I haven't quite mastered it properly yet, but it's better than it was, because when I first put Nightbot on, they were just chucking everybody off for putting too many emojis or whatever. We're putting people in timeout and stuff. So yeah, technically I am the Nightbot. Or the Nightbot is an extension of me. It's an AI extension. But I don't, once I've programmed it, I don't have to touch it, so that's what's good. Like what I wanted was something that would come up every now and again, because I always forget to remind people about liking and subscribing and all those sort of things. The house kit, I always forget once I get into a stream. So I wanted something that would come up just automatically. And I finally managed to do it, but it's coming up too often at the moment because it's every 15 minutes. I want it to be more every half an hour. Just a couple of times during the stream, not all the time. I'll get the hang of it. So we'll see what transpires there. Oh my God, chaos in Valencia. honestly, I've ever since I moved to Spain and I started learning a bit about history, um, about Spain, I've always thought it's a very volatile country, you know, and that's why I always make sure my passport's up to date because just in case we end up in a civil war. It's because Spain has had a civil war not that long ago, and there's still a lot of, you know, a lot of, what's the word, unrest in Spain, if you like. And Spanish people are, you know, they're quite spontaneous like that. You know, you could imagine they would just sort of go off on one all of a sudden. But I always think it wouldn't happen when it was raining because they don't like the rain. But obviously they weren't bothered there. But they've been through so much in the past few days. Another bit of rain ain't going to bother them, is it? So yeah, can't decide. Is the king brave to go and do that, or stupid, or a bit of a mixture of two? Could it have been organised better? It should have been organised better, I think. Because at the end of the day, he is the king, and it wouldn't be good if he was bloody, you know, knifed on live television or whatever. You know, it wouldn't be a good thing, would it? So, night bit, and Paul. That's my. Oh God, if you didn't laugh, you'd cry. So, sounds like it's stopping raining here now. So, I hope that doesn't mean it's moving over to the Valencia area. I don't think Valencia are going to get it today. Let's hope not. They've had enough, haven't they? They've had enough to cope with. So, I'll see you really soon in the next video. And don't forget, take Nightbot's advice and don't forget to leave your DNA on the like button. I'll see you very soon in a premiere. Now, I'm going to talk about, yeah, you can chat to Nightbot Angel, but he won't be able to answer it because he's just a program. I don't think he can answer anyway. Who knows? You never know. Can try it. There's a lot I don't understand about Nightbot. So what I'm going to be talking about later, it's a video, it's a premiere video, and I'm going to be talking about Madeline Kingsbury, which those of you who've watched my channel for a while will remember last year, Madeline, she's 26 years old. She went missing in the USA, in Minnesota, after dropping her kids off with her ex-partner, who she was still sort of friendly with. They dropped the kids off at the nursery, at the daycare, and she was never seen alive again. And anyway, to cut a long story short, 'cause you're going to hear all about it later, there was quite a big search, quite a long search went on for him. Finally, she was found, and unfortunately, she had been murdered. Her ex-partner, who was the person who took her to the, who went with her to the daycare that morning with the kids, he's on trial. In fact, the trial is just winding down. Now, I haven't really reported on the trial because it wasn't televised. So what I'm doing in this premiere that we'll be watching later is it's like a summary of Madeline's case to either remind people about Hello, 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 hello. The electricity went off as it always does when it's raining. So just to wind up quickly, so what I'll be doing, hopefully if the electricity is working, thing is I've already programmed that. It's a premiere, so that's going to happen, whatever. We're going to talk about Madeline's case. Just a reminder of what happened and the searches for her, and then I'm going to give you a summary of the trial. I'm going to show you some video of Madeline's, unfortunately, the last time she saw her children, when she dropped her children off at daycare with the twonk Adam. And on next Wednesday or Thursday, the verdict, the trial's finished, if you like. The defense, the prosecution is rested. The defense only gave about 3 hours of testimony. It wasn't much of a defense put up. There's not really much defense that he could have. But next week, after the elections, because of course we've not even, at some point I've got to do a video about the elections. Who's going to win? Donald Trump or Kamala Harris? But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So that's what we'll be looking at in the premiere, telling Madeline's story. Her family will be waiting now with bated breath for the jury to start their deliberations, and hoping for a quick verdict, and hoping for what for them will be the right verdict, which will be justice for Madeline. So that's what we're going to talk about later in the premiere. Yeah, I think Kamala is going to win. I've sort of had a brief time where I was thinking, oh God, Donald Trump's going to win, isn't he? But I don't think he will now. And every time we think he's going to win, he does something even more stupid. So, but we'll see. Who knows? But you know what? No matter what he's going to say he's won. This is what worries me. Talk about unrest. I think there's going to be unrest all over the world, because whatever happens in the American elections, well, unless Kamala loses, and then of course Donald will say, oh yeah, it's all great, all this election stuff. But if Donald Trump loses, he's going to say he's won anyway, and that it's all a fraud and it's all this, that and the other. So be very interesting. ACW. Well, listen, as bystanders, if you like, or watching from afar for us that don't live in America, I do feel like the Americans didn't have much choice. You know, they haven't got much choice, have they, between the two candidates? Really, I'm not that struck by Kamala, really. But then, you just look at the alternative. Unfortunately, this is what we're left with all the time in politics these days. I prefer, what do they call it? Proportional representation. Don't believe that you should have to choose between one twonk and another twonk. Why can't, to run a country properly needs collaboration, in my opinion. But anyway. Did you see him, Heather? Did you see him performing a sex act on a microphone? Did you see that? I mean, he's performed a sex act on a microphone. Let me see if I can find it. I'll just show you, because you just think, oh, for God's sake, this guy's been convicted for sex offences. Where's his sense? Where's his sense to do that with the microphone? Let's have a look. I bet I can't find it now. Donald Trump microphone. Let's see. Oh, I know where I'll find it. Yeah. Right. Let's have a look. So this is your next president, ladies and gentlemen, or your ex-president and your possible next president, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever. And all these idiots behind him lapping it up, thinking it's hilarious. Can you imagine if Keir Starmer did that? You might think Keir Starmer's a twonk, but you wouldn't do that. You might think, imagine if Kamala did that, or Kemi Badenoch. or whoever the president is of your country. Imagine if Pedro Sanchez did that. Anyone. Why does Donald Trump get away with it? Why do people still think he's bloody brilliant when he does this? He's an absolute joke, man. A joke. So there you go. Make America great again. Vote for Trump. Trump will fix it. Trump will fix it. Yeah, vote for Trump. Make America great again, eh? There's something wrong with him, isn't he? There's something wrong with him. Now, all the polls are saying different things. Some polls put Kamala in front and others put Trump in front. Now, Kamala might not be perfect, but at least she doesn't perform sex acts on microphones, hey? But anyway, never mind. Okay, so I will be covering the American election at some point. There's a lot of people are Trump supporters. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I can't believe that you could watch something like that and then think you could vote for that person. That's why I could never vote for Donald Trump. Well, for a start, his attitude towards women, the fact he was going to Epstein's Island and what have you, and then doing things like that. That's why I could never vote for him. But anyway, Bob the Builder could fix it better. Yeah. Yes, but would Bob the Builder perform sex acts on a microphone? And this is obviously important for being American president, according to Trump supporters. You've got to be able to do a good impersonation of a blowjob on a microphone. That's essential, obviously, to be president of the United States. Imagine Putin doing that even. Imagine Putin doing it. The Chinese prime minister doing it. Oh my God. You know, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, thanks for being here. I'll see you later. As always, I'll see you soon in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you. And I hope the King's God, King of Spain, I hope his God's with him at the moment because he looks like he needs it. And the people of Valencia. Bye.